Pokémon Champions is about to revolutionize the Pokémon franchise by having a dedicated platform for competitive battling on both Nintendo Switch and mobile devices. This now opens the door for Game Freak to completely change the single-player experience on a per-game basis. Let me explain. Pokémon Champions is basically a battle simulator. Think of Pokémon Stadium, Pokémon Battle Revolution. You're going to be able to do all of your competitive battling there. More than likely, the game is going to feature its own ladder system. Think of what was in Scarlet and Violet, but translated into a more just external, robust system that really, the possibilities are truly endless for it. There could be different playlists, single battles, double battles, triple battles, multi-battles. There could be different rule sets within each of those playlists. Mega Evolution plus Terastallization, Dynamax, Z-moves. The possibilities are truly endless for Pokemon Champions, and I think that's really exciting from a competitive standpoint. But it's also really exciting from a single-player standpoint, because take Legends ZA as an example. We're getting a brand new real-time battle system, something the franchise has never seen before. By them taking competitive Pokemon onto its own platform, this now opens the door for Game Freak to do whatever they want for a single-player battling experience. As long as it makes sense within the Pokemon world, they're going to do it. They're going to try it. And I'm really excited because this means that Game Freak is going to be more creative. It means that they're going to break down boundaries that we truly thought were just, Pokemon only did that in the anime, it never really happens in the game. Now maybe my electric moves will work on a ground type, and if I hit their horn at the right angle on a Wednesday afternoon and it's raining, it'll work. I don't know. But it really is so exciting to see the Pokemon Company and Game Freak take more risks, take these challenges head on, and come up with these solutions. Pokemon Champions has the potential to completely revolutionize this franchise. I wholeheartedly believe that. The thing I think that scares me about Pokemon Champions is not all Pokemon will be available at launch. I think eventually all Pokemon will be available, but who knows how long that'll take. The other thing that worries me is the amount of effort it might take to get Pokemon onto the platform. There's apparently going to be some ways that you can earn Pokemon through Pokemon Champions. For the most part, people are going to want to train their Pokemon and then bring them over through Pokemon Home. Now, we don't know a lot about Pokemon Champions just yet, and I think one of the things that people are most interested to learn is how easily we'll be able to customize our Pokemon. Will we be able to change out their movesets quickly? Will we be able to customize the effort values or EVs? Will we be able to customize the IVs? Are we able to, change how the Pokemon was fundamentally made? Are we able to change its nature? Things of that are what we are all curious about. And if I had to give my best guess, I really don't think we're going to be getting a Pokemon Showdown type editing system. I think moves will be easily changeable. I don't think we'll be able to change IVs of a Pokemon once they're determined. It's, entirely possible that the game will provide us with the vitamins or provide us with different ways to reduce already earned effort values. I imagine that Pokemon Champions is going to have a casual gameplay setting as well as a competitive setting. There's going to be ranked, there's going to be unranked, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with the various playlists. Maybe they have an event where we can only use Pokemon from Sinnoh, or we can only use Pokemon from Unova. Maybe it's like a Mega Evolution frenzy. You can only use Pokemon on your team that can Mega Evolve, and they allow everyone to Mega Evolve. That would be kind of crazy, but there really is a lot that they can do now that they're not tying the competitive experience or this battle system to the core Pokemon games and those mechanics. Where a trainer could only Mega Evolve one thing, maybe in a certain playlist, this wouldn't be in the real competitive VGC setting, but in a playlist now, maybe you could Mega Evolve everything, Gigantamax everything, Z moves on every Pokemon. It's just the possibilities that they could do are really endless, and this is going to be the kind of game that's going to need, constant updates and live service to really keep it fresh, keep it entertaining, and keep people to come want to log in and want to battle. You're going to have your core audience that's going to be the the VGC folks. They're going to be so excited, they're going to be on this constantly, they're going to be grinding. But then you're going to have people like me. I'm not so into VGC, but more so into single battles. If they come out with a fresh event, let's say they do Little Cup would be so much fun. I would be in a Little Cup ladder or a Little Cup tournament so quickly. That sounds so fun to me. And I imagine that they're definitely going to be running VGC through Pokemon Champions for the foreseeable future. I think it only makes sense that they utilize the platform. It's going to allow more people to enjoy competitive Pokemon, to get out to events and participate in tournaments. And it's going to be really easy, I think, for them to maintain and just rotate in different, playlists and different guidelines for the Pokemon that are able to be used. My last thought on Pokemon Champions, I'm a little worried about battles having all the gimmicks in them. I'm talking Mega Evolution, Terrestrialization, Dynamax, and Z-moves. If we have all of those available in battle, and people can use all of them, not just like one gimmick like Ash Ketchum had to choose in the World Coordination Series, just one gimmick to use each battle, that's a little scary. Dynamax is broken. In a competitive sense, if they take Dynamax 1-to-1 from Sword and Shield, it is a broken mechanic. Like, we're talking, these Pokemon were getting speed boosts every turn while dealing crazy damage, and that applies to both them, the Pokemon that use the move, and their teammate in VGC. They were getting debuffs to the enemy team. Charizard would spread fire damage. Pikachu could paralyze all the Pokemon. Like, there are so many broken things about Dynamax versus the other gimmicks that I'm really worried about Dynamax if it is coming back. You know, everyone loves Mega Evolution. Z-moves are really cool too, because I feel like it takes a move like, for example, Heatran with Solar Beam. Let's say you just don't have that extra turn to be able to charge up a Solar Beam and you don't have the Sun Up. You can at least Bloom Doom and, you know, be effective. And I think Z-moves combined with Mega Evolution at the same time, it's not overwhelming like Dynamax is. I don't think it's that potent, because you could see that kind of stuff coming a mile away. But as long as you know that someone can have a Mega Evolution out while also using a different Pokemon with a Z move, you know, that makes more sense to me. Obviously, Mega Evolutions should not be able to use a Z move. They're not going to be holding the Z crystals, so you know they have their Mega Stone and that's all they can do. Now, if they allowed Mega Pokemon to use items, like actual held items like Mega Rayquaza, it'll be so crazily broken. I really hope that's not the case. If I had to guess a release date for Champions, I imagine they're going to finish out this current competitive season through Scarlet and Violet, obviously, which is going to run us into August. I could see them bringing out Pokemon Champions around the holiday season, and around the same time that ZA comes out. You know, the next competitive circuit, if it's ready, it should run on Pokemon Champions. If not, then, you know, we're going to run again until August of 2026. And then from there, I could definitely see us all transitioning to Pokemon Champions for the competitive experience. And that'll be around the time that Generation 10 of Pokemon comes out, assuming it comes out in their traditional, you know, November time frame, you know, late 2026. That'll be for the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, and it's going to be big. I'm so excited for Gen 10. But first, let's enjoy ZA. Let's get excited about Champions, because Champions is going to revolutionize this series. I truly believe that.